Someone's broken the door in with an axe by the look of it. Damn. Looks as though Tom has been here. Ugh. God damn it. There are some things you just don't want to see. I'd better get out of here.
Rain, rain, go away. Tomorrow will be a rainy day.
Damn.
Then comes the snow. Don't you know?
Ralph? That you? Ralph!
I was only playing with him.
Ralph! What happened? Am I hearing voices of the dead? Or was that really Ralph? Strange. It's never been so quiet here before.
Adrian! It's done. Case closed. Angelina's letter convinced the judge completely.
Some good news.
A lot more than that. And is there anything I can do for you?
Any new developments in the Tom case?
None. That piece has disappeared. Not even Bobby's seen anything of him.
Would it affect your transfer if you found him?
What a question. Of course it would. The faster the... Hey, you've not just...
Well, if I were you, when it stops raining, I'd get myself over to the shack in the woods, over at Warm Hill, and take a closer look around.
Ha! Have you actually found his hiding place? If things get too boring for you up at the castle, I could do with a good constable.
Thanks, but I've had to answer to a higher calling. Now with the case closed, all of the pieces of evidence are no longer required, right?
In theory, not anymore, no.
Then it wouldn't be a problem if I got the bracelet back. You do know that it's a family heirloom.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
Zach!
Hmm? Please.
How's it looking with your transfer?
Now that's lying on my boss's desk. And knowing him like I do, he's gonna let me stew for a while. But it'll come through sooner or later.
Goodbye.
Fare thee well, my lord.
whole load of photos of my family, with a grave candle in front of them. And then what have we got here? A pair of pliers. I'll take those and the candle. I don't need the other stuff right now. One ruby's enough. The ruby fits exactly into the socket on the hilt of the sword. Gonna need the right key for that. There's a spiral staircase here. I can't see how far down it goes. It has to be a good few stories. Ladies first.
Are you scared? Or are you exercising your role as lord of the manor?
The Guardian isn't allowed to die. Those were your words. I'm just playing it safe. That's supposed to be the catacombs? Looks like the sewer system.
Patience. This is just the beginning.
A hefty chain. It's hanging into the water. In this environment, there can only be a whirlpool. Huh. The water's been standing there for some time. I reckon that's the remains of the water from putting out the fire. At any rate, it's not normal sewage. Valentina.
Yes.
I can't see any other exit here. Can you?
Looks like we're in a dead-end street.
But it can't be, though. It has to continue somewhere. Maybe there's another secret passage.
Certainly not out of the question. Keep your eyes open.
Hello, Madam Fortuna.
Adrian, I knew you would call again.
Who else could it be?
Pick a card.
Stop.
I've drawn the death card.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
Adrian, don't worry. Death means that you'll release yourself from all the ties. You'll experience a transformation.
Well, that certainly cheered me up.
And I see death. A lightning bolt. A bolt flashes down on you. Stop. The death card again. Adrian, the cards are correcting me. I see a deluge which will suffocate you. Oh, no. Oh, another death card. Adrian, I see darkness. You will be devoured by darkness.
How many death cards have you actually got there?
Just one in the major arcana. Oh, I've mixed up several tarot packs. That must have happened yesterday. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Adrian. I have to call someone back urgently.
Great, an extension cable. So now I've got the option to connect something up down there. A candle for the dead. Here's the end of the extension cable. Energy. Valentina! Can you hear me?
Yes?
That's the water pump, which they use to pump away the extinguishing water. It's a real monster, and ancient, too. I'm surprised that thing even works. Quite a clear design. The motor's on the right, the pump device is on the left. The two are connected with a long shaft. Must be a seriously heavy water bucket if you need a chain like that to lift it. If I wrap the chain around the drive shaft, I could use the water pump as a winch. I hope the motor's powerful enough. The wire rope is wrapped tightly around the pipe. I guess it's an earth for the water pump. I'll put the cable into the connecting terminal on the pump. You can turn the pump on and off with that. You can even adjust the direction of rotation and the speed. Theoretically, I could pump the cellar full of water again, slowly or quickly. I think that's the power connection for the water pump. I guess there were no power plugs back then. Oh, that's just one pole. Does this thing use direct current? So that thing on the pipes isn't an earth. It's probably the second pole. The power cable is now hanging through the grill and straight into the water. There's a thick electric cable hanging from the roof, just above a puddle of water. Craig was right. It isn't safe down here. If it weren't for me being a former student of physics, I'd call that kind of action. Now the end of the cable's hanging directly in the water. The bucket is half full of a white salt, probably for when it's icy. I'll take a handful of grit salt with me, just in case I have to help some old grandma cross an icy street. I'll give the pepper and chilies a miss. The puddle's seasoned enough. I guess that's the main switch for the electricity in the cellar. Who needs fuses if you've got such a big lever? The electricity is on. I should be careful where I step and what I touch. I can't wind the chain anymore. Something's blocked.
What are you up to? I'm impressed.
I'll tie the rope to the column here and let it down the shaft. Damn, and I thought I'd pulled the plug out of the bath. What the heck's a cage doing down here in the middle of the catacombs? Good to know. I could lock up unwelcome visitors in here.
It really would have been better to have taken a hotel room.
If I pull on the rope, that ought to be visible up above. If I pull on the rope... Valentina,
Yes.
what do you think's going on with this cage?
I don't think that's a cage, in the usual sense.
How come? Isn't it a wonderful torture device, especially with the water?
Oh, right. So that's your interpretation of a normal cage usage.
Don't forget, I'm being possessed by an 800-year-old tyrant. I've hung the rope into the well.
What are you thinking of doing with the rope?
When I pull on it, you turn on the winch up there and let me down. When I'm running out of air down there, I'll pull again and you winch me back up.
I think I can manage that. I'll wait on Adrian's signal.
Okay, hold your breath. I knew it. There's a mechanism down there for, well, I don't actually know what, but I think it continues on there. There are hieroglyphics etched all around here. Did the Druids build these walls? Here's an illustration of a house and a jar. Here's a pitchfork and a flower. There's a bird and a head chiseled in here. There's a fish and a hand on this column. I think that's supposed to be a house, or a shack. That was close. It's just getting better and better here.
Adrian? Adrian! Is everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. I'm okay. Just a little touch and go, that's all.
Is everything really? Wow. I've never seen anything like this. Isn't that just so impressive?
Well, I'm so glad you like my humble wine cellar.
The hieroglyphics have lasted well. I wish I had time to examine them more closely. Perhaps when all of this is over.
I doubt if the keys are gonna fit here. Oh well, it was worth a try. A stone coffin, I'm thinking.
What are you doing?
I'm opening the coffin?
Have you ever heard of rest in peace?
What? When there could be something inside that's vital to our mission?
I just don't think this is right. Not one bit.
can't get the lid open any further, but it's moved enough to see inside. Pretty damn dusty. There's not much left of the corpse. There's an arrowhead in here. Still looks pretty good. I'm gonna take that with me. There's a weird disc thing lying among the bones.
That looks like a round shield a warrior might use.
There's a rusty broken sword lying on the ground here. No idea how that could have got here.
Oh, forged by an expert hand. Simple, precise, and deadly.
Adrian, what have you got there?
Regrettable that the passing of time has taken its toll on such a fine weapon. It's no more than a rusty bar of steel, yet the hilt has lasted well. I will.
Adrian,
What?
what's happening to you?
I've no idea. I must have blacked out. I'm back now. Something's sticking out of the dust. A piece of jewelry, shaped like a fish. There's a small boat here. Looks like an offering dish to me. Oops. No idea how that works. Looks like some kind of a scale, and it's connected to these chains. Now, what should I weigh? A hole the size of a hand. No idea how deep it is. What's that? A map?
Yes, it could be a map of this place.
It seems to continue here. Valentina, you coming?
Wait,
Yeah?
you see that there?
Yeah. Those aren't hieroglyphics.
That's Latin. Your ancestors must have written that.
And what does it say exactly?
A warning. Beware, guardians of the shades. They will take possession of your soul as soon as you venture into the dark.
Shades? Is that some kind of metaphor?
No, I don't think so. In the Book of Guardians, it said that Marcus had to battle through an army of shades that his brother had summoned out from the mirror.
Makes sense. First Mordred, now Shades. Well, my soul's not gonna get bored, that's for sure. Huh, there's a loose note at the last page. The ancients' graves are watched over by their shades. Their fate has been thus for thousands of years now, with no end ever envisaged. They were born in death, and it is death they wish to spread. The ancients forced them into our world. Thus, they don't belong here. They can be neither caught nor appeased. However, the light from the green flame unsettles them. It drives them into the darkness. One should not come too close to them there. Their power is old, very old.